Nevada State Senator Pat Spearman held a press conference here earlier outside the correctional facility where her son was booked and charged with attempted murder. Now, Spearman, who was surrounded by a group of people during the conference, including members of Moms Demand Action, explained that she was at a Halloween event last night when her son shot her nephew at her home. Her nephew, who police believe to be in his 40s, is recovering in the hospital, while Spearman says her son, who was 21 years old, voluntarily surrendered to police. Now, Spearman explained that her son, who she adopted as a teenager, had a difficult life as a child and witnessed violence at a young age. Spearman, who is currently running for North Las Vegas mayor in this year's general election, says despite the family's tragedy, she will continue on in this race.
This family tragedy is not about politics and it's not about me. It's about a very, very difficult time for our family. So I stand here today before you as a mother, as a sister, and an auntie. And I'm heartbroken.
A lawsuit wasn't my first choice, it was my last resort.
A legal battle between City of Las Vegas council members Victoria Seaman and Michele Fiore now underway. Good evening, I'm Marie Mortera. Jim Snyder has the night off. Seaman filed a lawsuit today claiming Fiore assaulted her and created a hostile working environment. News 3's Kristen Drummond joins us here in studio with more on the alleged incident happened.
Marie, I spoke with Councilwoman Seaman this afternoon. She tells me filing this 30-page lawsuit against Councilwoman Fiore and the city was her last resort, as you just heard. And she claims Fiore broke her finger last January. Now she wants change inside City Hall regarding policies as well as procedures.
It's been traumatic. It was humiliating.
Emotional Councilwoman Victoria Seaman. She stands outside her home, recalling the moment she says Councilwoman Michele Fiore injured her right index finger.
She twisted it and broke it.
Part of the allegations filed in a lawsuit Monday. The complaint accuses Fiore of grabbing Seaman's hand on the second floor of City Hall. After pulling her hand away, Seaman claims Fiore grabbed her by the hair and violently yanked her head backwards, throwing her to the floor. Moments, Seaman says, a camera captured, but the lawsuit states the video footage of the attack was destroyed and no longer existed after 60 days.
Is that the normal policy, deleting video in City Hall or after 60 days?
That's the policy, but it shouldn't be when a crime has been committed.
The altercation reaching that point after growing tensions between the two women months prior. Seaman says approaching city management and Mayor Carolyn Goodman about her problems did not work. Now she wants change.
I feel like nobody at City Hall listened to me or took the leadership to do anything about it.
Seaman demands Fiore's resignation and alleges a hostile working environment.
There has to be protocols in place, that these things need to be reported, that these things, people need to be held accountable.
Fiore is running for the office of state treasurer. Her campaign spokesperson says she's not doing interviews at this time, but released a statement. It says in part, the same liberal Republicans who supported Michele's primary opponent are now doing whatever they have to attempt to stop her from winning this election. Meanwhile, Seaman says she's still healing.
It's the emotional scars that I think are the worst at this time.
People are doing things like shaving off parts of their teeth and even installing braces and then uploading short videos on TikTok for others to possibly use as a guide.
Now I'm going to put this in my mouth, open them, dry out my mouth, and then start sticking the brackets.
Social media users say they'd rather do the work themselves and save money than pay a doctor. Dr. Doug Simister with Las Vegas Braces says the videos of people using rubber bands to close their gaps has made him cringe. He says it could cut off your blood supply.
That's very dangerous to your gum tissues and the bone, and it could end up causing recession of the gums, recession of your bone, and ultimately loss of teeth.
Dr. Simister suggests reaching out to a dentist about your oral concerns. If they recommend braces, then he says there are orthodontists that have free consultations.